Kira, are you all right?
Oh, Kirith. What have you gotten yourself into this time?
Thank goodness you came by. My sister Kirith and I were surveying the area, trying to get the measure of this dwarven ruin. I turned my back for a single moment and Kirith fell into that hole. Or jumped in, for all I know. It happened so fast. Oh, you have no idea. Especially the way Kirith operates. We're on the verge of a major Dwemer discovery. That's why the king invited us here. We're experts, you know. Could you rescue my sister? I'd help, but I don't do that sort of thing. Kirith knows better than to jump into strange holes. She knows I can't abide small, dark spaces. Well, yes. Kirith likes to say that we're dungeon delvers, but I prefer to think of myself as the world's foremost expert on dwarven artifacts. When the king invited leaders in their fields to come to Hrothgar, we jumped at the opportunity. You'd be surprised that many so-called scholars refuse to travel to dangerous places. But that's usually where the best sites are located. And then there are the orcs. Most of the explorers that we know tend to find the orcs to be intimidating.
hi. Did you fall through that hole in the ceiling too? Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Look at this ancient apparatus. I've seen cleaner things in an orc's bathhouse, but it's really interesting, don't you think? Fell? I'll have you know, I'm an expert dungeon delver. I don't fall, I drop gracefully. But yeah, I certainly wasn't planning on getting down here using that particular method. Hey, where is my brother? I could use his help down here. Now that you mention it, I was hoping to collect a dwarven power core, but the only one I saw was protected by a Thing Guardian. If you could get the core, I'd appreciate it. Raynor loves those things, uses them to build all kinds of devices. Me? I don't need it. But my brother Raynor collects the things, uses them to make all sorts of strange and interesting devices. Since we're down here, I figured we should get one for him. He hasn't had one to tinker with in quite a while. Oh, all sorts of things. Sometimes they don't do what he thought they would, and every so often they explode. But otherwise, he really is a genius. When he isn't being a complete and utter dunce. You found one, didn't you? I knew you could do it. Thanks. And don't worry, next time I fall into an ancient ruin, I'll make sure to come prepared. Maybe even have a plan or something.
My sister tells me you found her. She immediately put you to work, didn't she? She's always been good at getting people to help her out. So tell me, what did she send you off to find? Some shiny bauble to add to her collection? A power core? For me? For all her rough edges, my sister does have a good heart. Thank you for acquiring this for me. With a little tinkering, I'm sure I can use it to complete one of my many Dwemer-related experiments.
I'd take off if I were you. Raynor's going to build something that turns these dwarven constructs into his personal army. Or more likely, there's going to be a massive kaboom. But thanks for the help all the same.
This power core contains an enormous amount of energy. Think of the applications it can be used for. My mind literally reels at the possibilities.
need... Sailors should be out at sea, not skulking around in the ice and snow with absolutely no idea where they're going. Mostly freezing to death. I volunteered to find help, but there's nothing out here but bears and things I've never seen before. Our fleet was taking the ambassador to Orsinium when we got caught in a storm. Smashed all our ships into the ice. You mean I actually found some help? Find Lord Ethian in our camp. You can still see our smashed ships out on the ice from there. Last I saw, he was a nervous wreck. With Lady Sovel missing, he's beside himself with worry. I'll head back to the camp. I'm liable to freeze to death out here. Or worse. If I'm not on the deck of a ship, I'm like a fish out of water. Our fleet was charged with ferrying the ambassador, Lady Sovel, from North Point to a trade meeting in Orsinium. We got lost in a storm, and the fleet crashed into the icy shore. Now the ambassador's missing, and Lord Ethian is worried sick. I wouldn't know. I was securing some loose cargo in the hold when the storm hit. But it was a powerful storm. A blizzard, really. It carried us off course and crashed us right into the icy shore. Lady Sovel? Oh, she's a remarkable woman. High King Emmerich thinks the world of her. Always sends her on the most important diplomatic missions of the realm. The last I saw, she was helping survivors escape from one of the sinking ships. Lord Ethian is the ambassador's husband. His father owns most of the ships in our fleet, as a matter of fact. Provided them for the mission. His lordship is kind of a nervous cub, frightened of his own shadow. He's lost without Lady Sovel.
This probably sounds strange, but I found the blizzard to be mildly exciting. What with all the wind and the crashing ships and everything. I have a few things for sale, but I'll need to fill my stock when we finally reach Orsinium.
I wish Lord Ethian would make a decision. If Lady Sovel were here, we would be halfway to Orsinium by now.
What a tragedy. All those perfectly good ships turned into so much kindling. The gods can be cruel at times, and that's the honest truth.
Can't you see I'm busy? My ship's crashed upon the ice, and I have a lot on my mind right now.
First the storm. Then we crashed upon the ice. Those terrible little monsters attacked us. I just wish my wife wasn't still out there. I don't mind admitting that I'm lost without her. First the storm. Help? Of course we need help. My wife is Lady Sovel, ambassador to the High King. She was on her way to Orsinium to negotiate an important trade agreement. But the ships went off course, crashed in the storm. My wife disappeared in the confusion. You want to discuss geography? Now? My wife is missing! We need to find Lady Sovel. She was helping people off one of the wrecks, the other survivors. Captain Henriza won't risk any more sailors, but perhaps you could search the ice for me? High King Emmerich relies upon my dear Sovel. If she were here, she'd know what to do. My Lady Sovel, if it will help, I'll tell you whatever you'd like to know. High King Emmerich sent her to negotiate a lucrative trade agreement with Orsinium. But it's probably too late for that now. What else would you like to know? It was powerful. Practically a blizzard. I think it blew us off course, but who am I to judge such things? I'm not a sailor and terrible with directions. Sovel says I'd get lost on my own estate if not for all the servants. I'm not sure how these negotiations work. It's really more of Sovel's area of expertise. Without her, I don't know who can deal with Orsinium. We did have an orc with us. Skordo. Sovel thought well of him. But you know how orcs can be. The last time I saw my wife. Right after we hit the ice. The storm was raging and everything was loud and confusing. Sovel sent me ashore with the first group of survivors. She stayed behind to help, just like she always does. Please find her.
That storm came up so quickly. I've never seen anything like it.
The ambassador? This one hasn't seen the ambassador since she helped me get off the boat.
I haven't worn shoes since I was knee-high to a mammoth, so I'm not about to start now.
If I were a stronger man, I'd go out and look for it myself. Did I hear correctly? Will you be visiting the wrecked ships? If so, perhaps I could impose upon you for a small favor. I apologize for even asking, but I have no qualms admitting that I am no match for even one Reeker, let alone a dozen of the foul creatures. If, during your travels, you happen upon a gold pendant, well, it belongs to me. In light of all the lives lost, it may seem trivial, but I spent a month's wages on the pendant. It was to be a betrothal gift for my lovely Eleni. Thoughts of her beauty helped me survive this terrible disaster. Find it, and I will be in your debt. I appreciate your help. The pendant holds a great deal of sentimental value to me. It's a beautiful piece, crafted of delicate gold and inscribed with my lovely Eleni's initials on the back. There is not another like it for 1,000 leagues. Truth be told, I did not so much lose the pendant as I was forced to leave it behind when we abandoned the wrecked ships. It should still be locked away in a coffer in my cabin, if that part of our ship hasn't sunk into the icy sea. You doubt my word? That pains me. Of course the pendant belongs to me. I am the one that asked you to find it. I am the one who described its perfect beauty. And I am the one who needs to recover it for his betrothed. What other proof do you need?
Why didn't someone think to grab a few furs instead of the moldy flower? A fur coat sure would be nice right now. I saw you talking to that milksop, Ethian. He's nothing like his father, nothing at all. But I don't have time for his belly aching. I need to make sure we don't lose any more people to the cold and the ice. I am. Although I'm not sure that means much now that my vessels are smashed upon the ice. Is there something you want? Or are you just here to remind me of my failures? Off course? What do you know of navigation and seamanship? I'm paid to make port as fast and as safely as possible. I've sailed this coastal sea lane before, not that it's any of your business. If not for the storm, we'd be in Orsinium by now. We rescued Ethian, what more do you want? Haven't I lost enough sailors already? The ambassador's gone, probably drowned or crushed on the ice. I have a duty to the survivors here. Besides, we never should have come to this land in the first place. On the quarterdeck, during the storm, she was helping one of those green-skinned savages she loved so well. Who can say, though, I was trying to avoid an iceberg at the time.
You don't look familiar. Which of the ships were you sailing on when we hit the ice? I'm the first mate of the flagship, Mateer's Fortune. I came down here to secure the hatches when I saw the ambassador's bodyguard. Then I hit my head. I don't remember anything after that. Now that you mention it, I thought something was wrong. I never sailed with Captain Henriza before, and I never sailed this part of the sea, so I could have been mistaken. I tried to reach the captain, but that's when we ran into the blizzard. I wouldn't want to disparage the captain. She works for Lord Ethian's father, and most of the ships belong to him. Because of the ambassador's mission, they wanted to make an impression. Nobles. Scordo the Knife? He's an orc from North Point. The ambassador brought him along in case we ran into any trouble. He told me that he thought something was going on, and asked me to keep my eyes open. The ambassador? I have no idea. I did see Lady Sovel and the captain having a heated discussion right before the storm hit. Oh dear. I hope the ambassador wasn't injured when we crashed. I'll go check on Lord Ethian. He's a nervous sort.
out there? Anyone that's not a reeker, that is? Whoever you use a hand. Move some of these damn crates. I'm stuck. Damn furniture tore up my sword arm. I'm practically useless. Stupid ship started collapsing around me. Figured I was gonna sink before I got out from under this mess. Sure, I enjoy being crushed under rubble as I slowly sink into icy water. What kind of question is that? And just who in oblivion are you? I had a feeling I'd be seeing you again. You do have a habit of wandering into the most disastrous situations. How should I know? This may shock you, but I'm not much of a keep-in-touch person. Honestly, I picked up my rucksack and walked not long after you left. Things probably settled down, but I doubt we got all the vampires. Creepy bastards. He did he? Last time I saw that spineless skeever, him and Chorus the Mage were walking away. They left me under here to die. I heard them talking about the captain and the ambassador as they left. He's one of Captain Henriza's lackeys, a shifty-eyed mage who was always skulking around. Didn't like him. Look, help me out. I don't think I can swing a sword right now, but I need to make sure the ambassador is all right. Hard to believe, but not every Breton likes that High King Emmerich made peace with the orcs. They call us savages, and they want Lady Sovel's mission to fail. Captain Henriza wasn't shy about telling the ambassador just what she thought about orcs. Damn it, that rubble did something. gonna keep looking for a while. Look for me if you come back.
Find my dear Miss Sovell. Please tell me she's all right. Have you found my wife yet? Please tell me that you know where Sovell is. Where could she be? And why did she have to stay on the ship? She cares for everyone else, but refuses to safeguard herself. Scordo, you were supposed to protect her! Impossible! The captain works for my father. She would never harm my wife. Wait! We saw the captain head toward the signal tower. If that's where Sovell is, then I have to go there too.
His lordship ran toward that signal tower over there. Wonder why he thinks he'll find the ambassador in such a wretched...
Don't hurt me! My father will pay you!
I really dislike meddlesome interlopers.
I'm on top of the tower! Sovell, she's not here. And I think maybe that maid tried to kill me. Well, maybe he was trying to kill you. What? How dare you insinuate such a thing? I would never! I'm as at a loss as to where Sovell is as you are. My father promised we would go off course just long enough for Sovell to miss her meeting. She wasn't supposed to be harmed. I truly don't know. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Terrible storm, all those sailors who died. My father said Captain Henriza would make sure that no one was harmed. We were only supposed to get into port late. We were just... It was supposed to... The captain has worked for my father for years. Father, you just can't say no to him. He said that the captain would take care of everything. By the gods, what have I done? Sovell will never forgive me.
There you are. Scordo found something. While you were up in the signal tower, Scordo did some scouting, and he thinks he figured out where Captain Henriza disappeared to. He went to see if the ambassador was there as well. Just down the path here, he found what looks to be an old smuggler's bolt hole in the rocks. Scordo sent me back so I could tell you all about it. He's waiting for you over there. I'll head back to camp. I need to check on the survivors.
Scordo found something? Oh, I hope he found Lady Sovel. And I hope she's all right.
See that cave? That's an old smuggler's hole. I bet my last gold piece that Captain Henriza is in there. Maybe even the ambassador. Nothing really, just a gut feeling. I learned a long time ago not to ignore my gut in situations like this. Besides, I saw one of Henriza's lackeys sneak in there trying to be all stealthy. I'm sure that's where Lady Sovel is. Why would you want to reason with someone like that? Do you reason with an angry Wamasu when it's trying to eat your face? No, you... Oh, ogre dung. What's that fool Ethian up to now?
I know you're in there, Henriza! Where's my wife?
Run back to your father, you pathetic little man.
Free my wife at once, you villain!
I'm going to do your father a favor.
She stabbed me! I feel a bit faint.
I did not see that coming. Go after Henriza. I'll see what I can do for Lord Ethian.
Maybe I should sit down.
Will hear of this, you.
I knew you were nothing but a filthy orc lover! I should have gutted you the moment you entered our camp!
If you could untie me, I would greatly appreciate it. And would you know if my husband is safe? He's Lord Ethian, and I made sure he got off the wrecked ship with a few of the crew and passengers. Ethian? My husband? Tried to stand up to Captain Henriza. I never expected him to do such a thing. Ugh. Why didn't he stay with the rescued crew? He was never good in a crisis. Tell me, how bad was he injured? This is all Ethian's father's fault. What a vile man his father is. Ethian never could say no to him. And Henriza was eager to tell me all about it after she captured me. If Ethian dies because of this, I'll find a way to make his father pay. Thank you. I should go see my husband.
His lordship didn't make it. Damn. At least he tried to make things right in the end.
My poor Ethian. He wasn't a brave man, but he tried to stand up against that vile Henriza. He did, didn't he? Thank you. Now, I have a job to do. I'll mourn Ethian after I have fulfilled my obligation to High King Emmerich. I'll send Scordo ahead to Orsinium to let them know we are on our way. Perhaps we'll see you there. The orcs will negotiate with me. There's still time to salvage my mission and make sure Ethian's father lives to regret what he set in motion. But thank you. Without your timely assistance, more innocents would have been lost. No, my friend. You've done more than enough. The rest is up to Scordo and me. I knew Baron Matir was a despicable man, but to force his son into this treasonous scheme? I never could quite free Ethian from his father's influence, though. Is it? Ours was an arranged marriage. I suspect that when his father learned of my true political feelings, he was extremely disappointed. Still, Ethian had a good heart, and we got along well. At least we did when his father wasn't interfering. My heart told me that, but it's good to hear you confirm it. His father, always scheming. He wanted my mission to fail, even if he had to have me killed to accomplish that. But Emmerich needs this treaty. Ethian's father hoped to deal with two problems at the same time. My marriage to his son, and Emmerich's treaty with the orcs. But his scheme led to his own son's death, and he'll answer for that. I plan to tell High King Emmerich everything. I need
to go. The
on Emmerich's treaty before I can allow myself the luxury of regret. Scordo, I will need you to get to Orsinium as soon as possible.
I need to go. The ambassador wants me to run to Orsinium and let them know she's on her way. They'll negotiate with her, or they'll have me to answer to. I owe her that much after all this trouble.
May I speak with you a moment? I fear you've been misled. Did that skeever Yaus ask you to find a pendant? Oh, did he now? How typical. If that lech has a fiancé, then I'm the Queen of Daggerfall. That pendant is mine. It even has my initial engraved on the back. It was a gift from my parents. It turned up missing shortly before the storm. Yaus and we became friendly during the voyage, much to my regret. After one particular encounter, I noticed that my pendant was gone. Yaus swore he hadn't seen it, but then I heard him talking to you about it. Fine, talk to the liar. But be careful. His words fall like nectar from a tree. I thought he liked me, but he only had eyes for the gold around my neck. Because it belongs to me. Why would he be carrying around a gift for his betrothed on a voyage such as this? It makes no sense. He tells a good story. I'll give him that. But in the end, it smells like a guar stall. I'm sure you realize that. Because he's a thief trying to make a quick profit. That pendant is mine. It reminds me of my parents and my home. I admit that I was attracted to Yaus. Got too involved for my own good. But he just wanted to get his hands on my pendant. Fine, talk to the liar.
Tell me, my good friend, were you successful? Did you find my pendant among the wreckage? You did? That's wonderful. My Eleni is going to be so happy. Now, give me the pendant, if you please. I need to keep it safe until I return to Sentinel. Really? Why, that's ridiculous. Who would... Oh, you spoke to Azita, didn't you? Listen, she's just upset. We had a few intimate moments during the voyage, but she wanted more than I could give her. This is just her way of punishing me.
Are the star-crossed lovers bickering again? Or perhaps they are just crossed lovers? This one has never seen a more ill-suited pair. Azida is a kind lady, but that man, he is a shifty one, yes? A gold pendant, did you say? Let me think. Yes, this one heard Yao's ask you to look for a pendant, but if he has a betrothed back home, someone should really tell the lovely Azida. She seemed very attracted to him during the voyage.
We salvaged a few things from the ship. 2 bottles of grog, a cask of old spiced wine, 4 sacks of black bread flour, a half barrel of heather tea, and 2 bedrolls. At least it wasn't a total loss. I don't know anything about a gold pendant, but I do know that Yao supposedly has a pretty lady in every port. He tried to get into my cabin a few times, and I even saw him flirt with Lady Sovel once or twice.
I'm worried about anyone still out on the ice. Those reekers are vicious. Can't say that I ever noticed. She does wear boots all the time. All the time. That would drive me to drink.
Well, at least the ambassador is safe and sound. I wonder if I can find a ship going back to Wayrest in New York City. I could even work for my passage, if they need an able body.
What a tale I'll have to tell when I return to North Point. If I return to North Point. I might remain in Orsinium for a time. Help Lady Sovel in her work there. Might be nice to have some solid ground under my feet for a while.
It's too bad about his lordship, but I could really use a warm tavern right about now.
When I started this trip to Orsinium, I expected to make a new start in a new city. But believe me, this wasn't what I had in mind. Still, I have stock, and I'm open for business, so I guess I can't really complain.
It's a wonder any of us survived that storm. It was unnatural, I tell you. Unnatural. Yao's talked about valuables a lot. Honestly, I never really paid him any attention. He loves the sound of his own voice almost as much as I do. Even so, I'd rather have my life than my gold. Anyone who tells you different has no sense of priority.
I saw you talking to Yao's and Azida. He's a nice fellow, but she's a sly one. Not to gossip, but she was flirting with him like we were in a tavern in Shornhelm. Well, I don't like to gossip, but that woman set her eye on Yao's the moment he got on board. I also understand that Azida's parents disowned her after she refused to go along with an arranged marriage. Redguards demand obedience in their children.
Fine. Fine, talk to the liar. But because it belongs to me. Because he's a thief trying to make a quick profit. Your belief in me is gratifying. I thought I had lost the pendant forever, and with it, my one remaining connection to my home and my parents. Thank you for your help. Now, give me my pendant so I can make sure I won't lose it again. Isn't my pendant beautiful? Thank you ever so much for returning it to me.
I have nothing to say to you, or to that conniving witch, Azida, either. Believe me, I won't dally with another sea trollop ever again, no matter how beautiful she looks or how amazing she smells. Just a lady from now on.